So, can you hear me? Let me know. Oh dear. Doing. Yeah, idea. Wait. Right. Now I can do this. Right, so gear. I've got Mage Cape, Torture bracelet, or Tormented bracelet, sorry, Ring of Suffering, Tome of Fire, Trident of the Swamp, which is where you put the magic fang on a normal trident, Arims, Holy Blessing, Serp Helm, Eternals, and a Cult. That is my gear setup. With the gear, I take a Zoratelli. I take 10 of them, just for getting back and forth. Why is it on all? Let's get rid of that. Take one of them, 3 of them. Obviously position it however you want, but this is how I position it. Manta rays for my food. Quick prayer, I set up range and mage, like mage damage. And I'll show you how we do this quickly. Takes me, I don't get quick kills, get in about 2 to 3 minutes. 3 minutes is normal. 4 minutes sometimes, depending on how bad I am at the time. But let's do this. First thing I do is stick a quick prayer on. You don't really have to on the first little bit. But run to this corner, always run to this corner, pot up, hit him. First bit he won't really fight you. he sort of just sorts out his all spunky stuff. Depending on what happens next, see from this one, I know that after this I need to stand there because the mealy's going to be there, and he hits like side to side. As you see, as I was there, the mealy stage. Thank you. Good luck. See, now he hits, he tries to hit, but when you're standing here, you're kind of protected, so you ain't got to keep moving about and anticipate his moves. Now, hopefully, I think there's a mage that goes up there now. Yeah, so I just sit here and wait. Turn the prayer off. You don't have to, but I do. Dun, 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 dun. Mage there. Don't fight you because you hit hard. Oh, get away from me! Turn auto retaliate off. That's probably a hint as well. Now from him, he'll go from there to here as a green one as well, and he'll pop back there as a mage. So as soon as I fight him, walk here when he drops. So after I fought this phase, he'll go into a mage phase there, and I'll be safe spotted here. Or I can do the same the other side, but I'll stay here and make it easier for you. So he can't attack you. Gives you a little bit of chance to eat up if you need to. Now we run. After this, I think there'll be a green phase, but even mages and ranges you. Yes. So he will fire mage at you as well. A lot of people will stick the mage prayer on, but can eat through it. He won't attack you in that after that one. Pops them out, does a few things there. Then after that, it goes to a range form, I think. Yep. And then it ends up like resetting and doing another like sort of rotation depending on your luck, really, I suppose. See, a lot of times we usually just do one kill, bank it, go back, because you don't lose anything. You don't have to pay to get anything back. You just got to make your way back here without dying. But I do like to bank it sometimes, like one kill per trip. Yeah, pretty much. Fight all the green phases apart from the mage one. Obviously, with the mage one, if you've got the a range set up with you, you can fight it. But where it does all the switch, the mage and the range and the switching, is too much like fighting Jad. If I wanted to fight Jad, I'd go fight Jad. So then just safe spot him. When he spawns over here at times, you can safe spot him on these corner bits. You just, once you've done it a few times, you start learning little rotations, and you realise that, like, once you've got like, so once it goes the green and then a melee and then the mage, I know there's going to be him here, and then you kind of just get used to, you kind of just learn the scenario. Now it's going to be a melee. You've got to make sure you don't get hit by him because he stuns you. You don't want to get stunned. So now I think it's a, oh no, it's a mage there. See, it does change. There's obviously where there's different rotations. I ain't got it all down to a T yet, but it's quite simple once you've got the hang of it. with the Ring of Suffering, because he's only have 1 health, every time they hit you, they just kill themselves pretty much. So you're better off taking a Ring of Suffering to kill them and just let them kill themselves. Just make sure you eat up when you need to. So I think there's a, like, yeah, see this one, he will fire main this spot, and then a mage will spawn in the centre. Melee, sorry, not mage. And he locks where he's looking is where he hits. So just between them two, you can get away with it. And now the rotation started again. So after this one, there should be a mage after this, I think. No, thank you. Recoil him out. Now this one, you go stand over here and you kill him, but the mage will spawn there and he won't be able to hit you because you're safe spotted by the pillar. So just stand there and it gives you a little bit of an extra chance so you don't get caught out. Teleport back to Vadok. So you can go harder if you wanted to. You can sort out a range setup and you can do all the prayer flicks and all that. But I find that too intense, and it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be that hard. That's how it's going. So as you can see here, I sold all my scales so I can buy dragon bones so I can get my prayer up. Try and see if we can get another gun. There's like 4, I think there's 4 different styles. That's what happens to me doing mage and range was too much. Yeah, you don't need to do all that mage and range. Like you could probably take a blowpipe, and when you're not, like when he's not attacking, you get a few times when the blue one doesn't actually attack you. So if you had a blowpipe with you, it probably could help you just do a little bit of damage. But all you'd be doing then is just keeping your timer down, and you could get caught out. I find myself a nice comfortable rotation that I'm happy with. You might find it different. You might find that you want to take a bit of range with you because it makes it slightly easier. I'm quite happy to safe spot him with less risk. But it's like I say, it's entirely up to you. See, once he stops attacking, he drops. But there'll be sometimes that he'll stop attacking and then he'll start spawning things. So if you're in a safe spot, you might get a few chances where you can just add a couple of darts on him. You might drop a bit of damage, you might not. No, thank you, not today. For example, after this, So you've got the ranger here, and then it'll be the ranger there, and then the mage will come back here again. If once you drop this green one here, you can stand over here, and I'll show you in a second on what I mean. So if you had a blowpipe with you, for example, you could probably get a few extra ticks out. Oh, it's dead. Oh, Dragon Halberd, nice. And my personal best, as you see, 1 minute 55, lovely. But yeah, so from there, the green changes from there, and then the mage spawns here. So as soon as that drops, you can go run over here, like this, and then the mage that will be there can't hit you. After a little timer, it'll start spawning the venom, so then you could run here if you had a blowpipe on and probably get 4 or 5 hits out on a blowpipe. Because then after that, I think he spawns the green one here that does the mage and the range. So you could get a couple of hits out, switch to your trident again, and then smash him back. But I will take that Zora tab and we'll go again, because that was quite a nice run for me. Oh, you left the shrine. Did Zara reject your sacrifice? Shut up. I'm not talking to you. Rejects my sacrifice? I murked it. If anything, I rejected him. So as you can see, they're starting to repeat themselves. So sometimes it goes green, red, and you can stay here. And then, but once the melee dies, you then got to run over there to safe spot the mage. Whereas here, I know it's going to spawn the melee in the centre now. So I can wait here. I'm safe there. And then I can't quite remember, but I think the mage spawns up here after. So I think it saves me in the safe spot. So now I can sort of heal up if I need to, pot up if I need to. It just gives you a little 10-15 second breather where you can sort of like readjust yourself, so it's not too intense. Obviously, as you get more comfortable, you'll be able to farm it and find your own rotation that you find comfortable with. At the moment, as I'm new to it, I'm only, like say, I'm only on 159 kill count. I haven't killed it that many times. I'm not too comfortable with it yet. It still drops me time to time because I get overconfident. Try killing it when it's in different phases, and yeah, stay safe. Put a Johnny on. So now with that, see, this is what I was saying. You can run over here. Obviously, I timed it a bit late, but as soon as you start spawning the things, which you do, so you can run here, and then as you can see, I can hit him there. But if you had a blowpipe, that would get a few hits out, and you might actually hit him. Just that extra little bit of damage while you're standing there doing fuck all. Don't you killing me? No, thank you. Oh, see, that's another one. He doesn't attack. Got a bit carried away there. But see, you could have then blowpiped him a couple of times. So if I was using a blowpipe, I could very possibly have already killed it. Ready to kill the next one. But play it safe. What started that? This is the Trident of the Swamp. Trident plus one. It's a normal trident, but oh, Zoa teleports, battle stars, nice. Yeah, it's a normal trident, but you add the magic fang. So if you was lucky and used a normal trident and got a kill there and got the magic fang, with 59 crafting, I believe it is, yeah, 59 crafting, you can add the magic fang to the trident and it makes it, cause you've got, I think it's a trident of the seas and it turns it into a trident of the swamp, which has a chance of venoming, which obviously doesn't really matter when you're fighting Zulrah because it's immune to the venom, but it's a nice little addition you can have. Plus, with these two together, that it's 100% with a hit, it's 100% venom. So if I do that without killing it, that is, I can guarantee that is venomed. We give it a minute, that will die from its venom. So them two together, same with the Serp Helm and the Blowpipe, it's 100% venom as long as you hit, as you say, dead. As long as you make, as long as it's 1 damage, 0 doesn't count, but as long as you hit 1 with them two together, it's guaranteed venomed. Just a little bit of additional information for you there, in case you didn't already know. Never know. Some people know, some people don't. Only chance I've got. Oh, it's pretty much a fresh trident. But as you can see, Imbuing God Cape. Proud of that. Got that yesterday. Yeah, obviously, if you wanted to. Oh, he's got a different rotation this time. So now for a couple of hits, he won't hit you. But I'll get my mage ready because sometimes he does both. Sometimes he does just mage. And you can kind of sponge it. 1 range hit, back to mage. Mage again. Mage again. Quick prayer flick. That's probably the only time I really fully fight the mage. Only because there's all the swamp stuff here and you'd have to run all the way around there, take loads of damage when there's a chance you can sponge it all. So I sort of just let fate take the rules. What we got? Melee. See, this rotation I don't get often. It's a bit of a confusing one, but you sort of just, you work out the ones you want to fight and the ones you don't want to fight. Like you'll realise that when you've got the melee coming up, that this and this a lot of the time, like these side bits and the front bit and the side, they don't have any of the smoke on them. It's usually when you know a melee state's coming up. So it might even, I think it might demonstrate it now for me, hopefully. It's not always like that, but you sort of, sometimes it helps you indicate what's happening next. So now I think there's one over there. Yeah, him again. So this is probably the worst one that I like doing. This rotation. I probably only get 1 run per invent because I just safe spot it too much. Helps if you don't misclick as well. What we got coming up now? Oh, I'm going to run away from you. No thanks. Just be careful. It can hit very hard and it can creep up on you. Has done to me a few times. I have dropped quite a few times here from my incompetence. as you've noticed, the green state is the best one to DPS him on. So I kind of you want to, when he's on a green state, if you can and you feel confident enough to attack him, even if he's using the mage, go for it, because he's the one you do the most damage on, as I found it. Like anyway, like I haven't properly looked into the actual strategies on killing it, but I found that I can kill it quite easily, make money from it, possibly get nice drops, and I don't mind keeping it that way. 80 bars, scales, and coins. That was naff. As you can see, 3 minutes 37 roughly per kill for me. That's like a sort of that is an average kill. 1 minute 55. I don't know where that come from. Yeah, got me a few times. Only got one kill, then died every other fight. Yeah, that's. I probably had about 10 fights with it, and I died every time. And then I was ready to pretty much quit. I was like, what is the point of doing quests if if I can't even kill the stuff from the quest? And then I was told to just quickly, briefly look at the guy so you got a rough idea, which is what I've done. I watched the video for about 30 seconds, and the first thing the bloke done was run round the side. And I thought, right, I don't need to watch the rest of it. It's kind of, why did I do that? Yeah, and that, I don't know I've done that either. Yeah, he run round the side of the U, and that just sort of settled it for me. I was kind of like, right, okay, that's how I need to do it. I need to just find the right floor patterns and that sort of thing. Little spots that you can stand. Like every phase, there is a certain spot that's the best. Like probably after this, once you know what rotation you're on, people will probably have guys that say go here to there to there to there to there. Whereas I tend to stick around this sort of side of it. There's a few times that I will end up around the other side, but I always end up coming back over here. I just find it comfortable that way. Even just camera angles and all that. I'm a weird one. Oh no, didn't quite get there. Sometimes a misclick like that can be the end of the game. But that's why I don't fight them. He's too powerful. I don't like him. And I don't want to do all the fucking 10-way gear switches and all that. When I can safe spot it and take 10 more food with me. Eventually, I probably will have like all them switches and that once I've got a lot better, but I don't need to at the moment. And as I said earlier, it kept a space there for the melee. I knew the melee was coming up because I had my spaces. So sometimes you can sort of work out what's happening next. I think there's some range there. You can sort of just learn the pattern, and then you start working out. And once you've got the patterns down, you can then try and incorporate one piece of gear in at a time, I suppose. Starting off with a ranged weapon, and then a body, legs, hides, like like that's up to you though. That's whether that's what you want to do. I'm quite comfortable doing it this way. See, then you get a blowpipe, you might be able to get a couple of kills out. It's going to spawn one there. After that, I usually run down here just to give you a couple of seconds. Every little couple of seconds help. Then run back here, safe spot him. As soon as he stops, I'm back over here. And the melee will spawn. But be careful, because that one has a delay. That has a delay. Look, as soon as that spawns, then the smoke pops up. So make sure you're not standing in a awkward position, because I've been caught out a few times like that. But after this kill, I'm going to run to the bank and I will show you something. Yeah, exactly. Just mage it. That's all that needs to be done. Oh, there's no reason to go too hard. At the end of the day, it's about 70 for what I've got. It's about costing me 70k a run, roughly. So 70k a run for a chance of getting a Serp Helm or a Magic Fang. It's not a bad risk. And as you'll see now, I'll show you after the fight what I've earned just for the one round, and you'll see how it's worthwhile. Even just doing long, like one bag runs. So I don't like this one. I should be smashing him because he's a melee, and I did. Sweet. You see at 80k in just battle stars, made my money back. Done. Don't need to worry about it now. Without even adding the scales in. You know, see 150k from one kill. Can't go wrong with that, can you? But just to sort of, as a little flex, I suppose. We'll call it a flex. I'm going to get my collection book out. Is that my collection book? Yeah. Just to prove I had the Serp Helm. There we go. Serp Helm. I've had 84 teleports, 2 crystal seeds, and 37k Zulrah scouts. That is a lot of money there in 162 kills. So it's not too bad when you put it all together. But have you got any more questions? I'll ask if you've got any more questions and I'll give it a bit. And I'll see if you give me a message. Is it such a fun? Yes, it is a fun boss to fight. Actually, yeah, when I first started off fighting it, I I was a bit like all proper on edge, like constantly just staring at it, thinking, is it gonna do me? Is it gonna do me? But once you see a few little rotations, you kind of like, yeah, I know what I'm doing now. You kind of just, yeah, it just is a bit fun. I think I'm going to incorporate range into it at some point soon. Yeah, I think I'll incorporate a little bit of range into it soon, just to make it a bit more, I don't know, just a bit more fun. What cape? The cape that I'm wearing, is the imbued god cape that you get from Mage Arena 2. You have to kill 3 bosses in the wilderness that are really easy to do, but you've got the arena, and then you ask the bloke in there if there's anything more to do, and he offers to imbue your cape if you can get 3 parts of these bosses. And so with the Zami god, for example, you have to kill it with the Flames of Zami. With the Saradomin god, you've got to use like Saradomin strike. Like you've got to make sure you use that spell on the correct boss. The hardest part of it is finding the bosses, because every time you try and indicate or locate where they are, you take damage. But you can pretty much do it within half hour, 45 minutes. So it's not hard. It's just click intensive. Doing the Mage Arena 1 is probably the hardest bit, because you've got to constantly just like click from you like that. Click, 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 click. Don't die. Ooh. Yeah, that is the hardest part of it. It's just doing 300 spells manually clicked. That's the hardest part of the whole thing, I'd say. The rest of it is kind of just like when you actually go to kill them, you haven't got to do. You have to do the single clicking again, but you probably only do 50. Once that's dead, you get a little break, run to the bank, re-gear. Like you can sort of, it gives you a little bit of a chance to sort of break it up a bit. But yeah, the cape's really good. It gives you a +2 mage bonus, like mage damage bonus. So I think it is the best mage cape. I think I'm not 100%. Don't hold me on it, but I think it is. And after this fight, I will get the stats up on it, and you can see for yourself on what its stats are. Come on, need to show the stats on the cape. Thank you. Serp helm. Wow. Oh, 731 scales. 130k in scales. Lovely stuff. And you've got 200 lore runes to go with that. Lovely. Right. I'll take all this off. As you can see, you've got +15 magic on attack bonus, 15 defense bonus with the 3 slash stab and crush, and the magic damage +2%. So it increases the max hit of your magic attacks, which with the Trident of the Swamp, it's because the Trident of the Swamp, it scales up with your level for the max damage. So that it does help you hit quite a bit. So it is worth it in the end. Right. Probably go for one more kill, and then I'll probably log. Might come back on later. Well, I probably will come back on later. It's kind of my life now. Um, I'm really hoping to get a really, really banging drop while streaming, but the chances are, like, I've got the Serp Helm on 123, so I'm only 40 kills in to like my next rare drop, shall I say. I don't think I'm going to get another one too soon. I'm a bit confused with the drop rates because I've had a lot of people tell me it's 128, and other guides are saying it's 1 in 120, 100, 256 or whatever, and yeah, it's all confusing. Either way, I've got a drop. I've got a Serp Helm on my 123rd kill, so I'm happy, regardless of the drop rate. Yes, a pet would be fucking great on stream. Oh, I'd be so happy if I got a pet on stream. I have to run straight to RD. I'll teleport straight to Varrock, get the cash out, straight to RD, insured, done. Bish bash bosh. snakeling pet. But something tells me that won't be happening for a while. So who knows? Can get very tedious, especially just doing this over and over again. That's why sometimes maybe bringing range into it might make it a little less tedious because you're switching it up. But it's I suppose it's on how intense you play. I don't play that intensely. Even with Jad, I sort of just slow and steady, I suppose. Come on, destroy it. Ain't got 12 to play at that. Now you can die. Please. Thank you. Much obliged. Zulrah teleports, more manta rays and scouts. Super duper. 164 kill count. It's taken me probably about 3 days to get there because I think I completed the quest about 3 days ago. But I sort of done a couple of hours on the first day, like as soon as I sort of got it really. It's a bit like, yep, I'm gonna go farm that for a bit. Then I done the same yesterday, 4 odd hours or something like that farming it, and then I decided to get my prayer up because once I get, at the moment I'm at 71, once I get 77 augury, I'm just about to go by the scroll now. I would want the mage pet, that one. Oh yes, the Tanzanite phase, which is the same, which is basically the blowpipe colours. Arcane prayer scroll. Thank you very much. As you can see, just going to get augury now. I have augury. So now all I need to do is bury 2.6k dragon bones, which I had 4.9k last night when I bought it. When I started, I was on 55 prayer, I think it was. So last night I done 2.3k dragon bones, which I don't know how I managed to do. So if I do the same again today, I've got 77 prayer. Oh yeah, that's my little flax stack, which I have been buying from the GE. I think at 1 coin a pop. Oh, I got rid of that. Potato seeds and onion seeds, they are bulking up. I've got a little stack of them that I can show you. Which one are they? They're in that one. 387k, 356k. Ball feathers, that was for fishing. Sorry about that. That was for fishing and fletching. I was doing darts. The XP an hour is insane, but the money lost is not worth it. And I figured I can't be bothered to do that constantly. Yeah, so if you are doing a mage setup and you're thinking of doing Zulrah, you don't need a seers ring. So you can, if you've got a seers ring and you don't particularly use mage out of bossing and things like that, you can get rid of that. I only kept mine because it's imbued and I might use it for Slayer. And I can get rid of them herbs, I suppose. They're just dailies. But anyway, oh, squirrel pet. B. at that. Drop him. I got it randomly. I was showing, what was I showing? I was sitting here doing a bit of agility on the off chance. Just thought, oh, I'll do a bit of agility, and done 2 laps of the Camelot course. And I was like, oh my god, I have a squirrel following me. So yeah, squirrel pet. I'm happy that I got a pet, but I'm not happy it's that one. Like, it could have been a mining pet, could have been a fishing pet. Like, if you actually look at my agility and the actual rate of getting a pet, and you look at all my other skills, they're not great, but mining is the same level as my agility. I could have got a mining pet, could have got a fishing pet, woodcutting pet. Why? Farming? My farming's higher than my agility. Why could I not get a farming pet? But I'm happy that I've got a pet because I lost my Phoenix. I didn't realise that when you had pets that you had to insure them. So as you can see, if I put, there's no Phoenix there, but in my collection log it will show you that other pets, all pets, you will see a Phoenix that I've had. Yet I lost it because I didn't realise you had to insure them. So if you haven't got any more questions, I will be logging off and skaboosh. So I'll give it a minute for the stream to sort of keep up. Oh, should we do a medium clue while I'm on the stream? What have we got to do? Let's have a look. I don't even know what that is. Where is that? Oh, that's the Fossil Island one, wasn't it? I was meant to drop that because I haven't done Bon Voyage. So, oh well. That one I can't do, and that one I can't do, I don't think. That one wants to be in the Legends Guild, which obviously I can't. I'm close to. I need to do Shiloh. And this one, I'm a bit confused with this. I need to go through NES. I went on there and it wouldn't let me get to NES, so I don't know how to get there, and I can't bother to read up on how to get there, but I will do it one day. Good luck on Zorajord. All the best. I hope I can come on later and ask you how you've done, and you tell me that you've had a Serp, a Magic Fang, Uncut Onyx, Tanzanite Fang. I want to see a Mutagen on your Serp helm, and I want to see the pet following you. Good luck. And I'm out of here.